There were once a man and a woman who had long wished in vain for a child. At length, the woman hoped that God was about to grant her desire. These people had a little window at the back of their house, from which a splendid garden could be seen, full of the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared go into it because it belonged to an enchantress who had great power and was dreaded by all the world. One day, the woman was standing by this window, looking down into the garden, when she saw a bed planted with the most beautiful rampion, Rapunzel. It looked so fresh that she longed for it and had the greatest desire to eat some. This desire increased every day, and as she knew she could not get any of it, she quite pined away and looked pale and miserable.
What ails you, dear wife?
If I can't get some of the rampion which is in the garden behind our house to eat, I shall die.
I won't let you die, my love. If it's rampion you want, I'll bring it to you myself. Hey, no matter what it costs.
In the twilight of evening, he clambered down over the wall into the garden of the enchantress, hastily clutched a handful of rampion, and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad of it and ate it with much relish. However, she liked it so much, so very much, that the next day she longed for it 3 times as before. If he was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden. In the gloom of evening, he let himself down again. But when he had clambered down the wall, he was terribly afraid.
How can you dare descend into my garden and steal my rampion like a thief?
Let mercy take the place of justice. I only made up my mind to do it out of necessity.
My wife saw your rampion from the window and felt such a longing for it that she would have died if she had not got some to eat.
You must give me the child which your wife will bring into the world. It shall be well treated, and I will care for it like a mother.
I give you my word. I will honor your condition.
The man in his terror consented to everything. When the little one came to them, the enchantress appeared at once, gave the child the name of Rapunzel, and took it away with her. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child beneath the sun. When she was 12 years old, the enchantress shut her into a tower which lay in a forest. It had neither stairs nor door, but quite at the top was a little window. When the enchantress wanted to go in, she placed herself beneath it and cried,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me.
Rapunzel had magnificent long hair, fine as spun gold. When she heard the voice of the enchantress, she let her hair fall 20 yards down, and the enchantress climbed up by it. After a year or 2, it came to pass that the king's son rode through the forest and went by the tower. Then he heard a song which was so charming that he stood still and listened. This was Rapunzel, who in her solitude passed her time in letting her sweet voice resound. The king's son wanted to climb up to her and looked for the door of the tower, but none was to be found. He rode home, but the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out into the forest and listened to it. Once, when he was standing behind a tree, he saw that the enchantress came there.
Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Let down
Then,
your hair!
Rapunzel let down the braids of her hair, and the enchantress climbed up to her.
If that is the ladder by which one mounts, I will for once try my fortune.
The next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower and cried.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your
Immediately
hair.
the hair fell down, and the king's son climbed up.
Please don't be alarmed.
I didn't mean to frighten you. My name is Eugene.
Wait, so you actually
At first, Rapunzel was terribly frightened when a man,
it looked a lot
such as
easier
her
from the
eyes had
ground,
never
okay?
yet beheld, came to her. But the king's son began to talk to her quite like a friend, and told her that his heart had been so stirred that it had let him have
Are you
no
sure you're
rest,
comfortable up there,
and he had been
or should I
forced to
fetch
see
you a
her.
ladder?
Then Rapunzel
Very
lost her
funny, Your
fear.
Majesty.
When he
Take
asked her
me
if
for
she
your
would take him for her
Yes.
husband,
I will willingly go away with you, but I do not know how to get down. Bring a skein of silk each time you come, and I will weave a ladder. When it is ready, I will descend, and you will take me on your horse.
they agreed that, until that time, he should come to her every evening, for the old woman came by day. The enchantress remarked nothing of this, until once Rapunzel said to her,
Tell me, Dame Gothel, how it happens that you are so much heavier for me to draw up than the young king's son. You wicked child! What do I hear you say? I thought I had separated you from all the world.
In her
and yet you
anger,
have deceived
she
me,
clutched
you
Rapunzel's
wicked girl.
beautiful
I should
tresses,
never have trusted
seized
you.
a pair of scissors with the right, and
What
they
are
were
you
cut
doing?
off, that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert, where she had to live in great grief and misery. On the same day that she cast out Rapunzel, the enchantress in the evening fastened the braids of hair which she had cut off to the hook of the window. When the king's son came and cried,
Rapunzel! Rapunzel, let down your hair!
the king's son ascended, but he did not find his dearest Rapunzel above.
Aha! You would fetch your dearest, but the beautiful bird sits no longer singing in the nest. The cat has got it and will scratch out your eyes as well. Rapunzel is lost to you. You will never see her more. You absolute fool!
The king's son was beside himself with pain, and in his despair, he leapt down from the tower. He escaped with his life, but the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes. Then he wandered quite blind about the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but lament and weep over the loss of his dearest wife.
Unseen but certain, it hums beneath the
Thus he roamed about in misery for some years.
as a child seeks
At length, he came to the desert where Rapunzel lived in wretchedness.
of warmth in a cooling world, where branches
When will my life begin?
He heard a voice,
I wait out
and it seemed so
here
familiar to
alone
him
and
that he went towards it.
into the
When he approached, Rapunzel knew him and fell on his neck and wept. Two of her tears wetted his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before.
Come on, faster!
He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received.
Flying!
corner. Her breast
And they lived for a long time afterwards, happy and contented.
a shimmer of what once mattered. Even the trees pause to listen, their roots remembering lullabies from rain. No grand incantation, no blaze of power, just one girl, one moment, one trembling leaf. She hums a note that